Y'all see the Game Awards?
I did.
How did y'all like it?
I didn't see it.
I regret it.
I didn't want to see it. That's why.
You know, it was crazy because I was like, because the Game Awards are like this every year. You know what the Game Awards remind me of? The Oscars.
Just for this.
You want to know why? Because
it gets worse every year.
It's slow. It's boring. A lot of things happen. And the only difference is
a lot of nothing happens.
Right. The only difference is we don't have Will Smiths up there slapping people. We don't have Kojima. We don't have Kojima on
stage. You know how hilarious it would be? You know the voice actor. You know the voice actor of God of for Kratos and God of War.
Whoa, that's my glasses.
Better drop his contact.
Did it break?
Yeah, sorry. I'm good.
It didn't break.
No. Okay.
It did break, but sorry.
But I'm just saying. Okay, so you know the voice actor for Kratos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. You know how hilarious it would be? He go up there and he slap Kojima.
First of all, that would be hilarious. Secondly, I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't nobody touching. Ain't nobody touching Kojima. I'm gonna keep it a bill with you.
Oh no!
There's like a handful of people who can walk in the building. He's treated like super royalty. Kojima's one of them.
Oh, he's a cool dude. But.
Oh yeah, but first of all,
his stories are insane, but he's cool.
Yes, first of all, shout out to Kojima. He
Death Stranding 2 on the way.
DS2 on the way, kind of like that. It looks weird. It looks weirder.
It looks like it's made by Kojima.
Yeah, it looks weirder. It looks weirder than the first one, and I thought the first one was weird, and it's like this one looks weirder than that. But shout outs to them. Elden Ring did get Game of the Year. I was kind of cool with that because I was like,
I feel like it deserves it.
No, if they would have gave it to God of War, I kind of would have been mad.
God of War has narrative of the year.
Yeah, God of War got a lot of awards. I mean, they got voice actor of the year, the story of the year, narration. They got all that stuff.
But gameplay wise, Elden Ring had a beat.
No, Elden Ring was. Don't get me wrong. God of War. Fantastic.
God of War was good. It was fun. But
if it wasn't Elden Ring, then yes, God of War should have.
Elden Ring has the superior gameplay.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's game of the year.
Right. So I'll give them that. I mean, I know God of War got like 3 or 4 awards. Elden Ring got 3 or 4 awards. Then everything else was kind of split. I mean, there was like, the one thing that you didn't see, and I know it's kind of weird, and Microsoft didn't really win that much this year.
Nah. I mean, how could they? What did they really release?
That's the thing.
Brother, what's going on with your glasses?
This is breaking. I'll get some more.
Do I gotta pray for you? Are you cursed?
Apparently, I can't see. Apparently.
Did you go see that palm reader I told you not to see?
This is terrible. I don't believe in
You was
palm
messing
reading.
around the office. They were shooting paper clips on each other, and one of the damn fools hit me in the eye.
You see, he went into the back office. He saw the managers playing tarot cards.
What are all the medals doing on your coat?
Paul, get the sage.
Well, this one's for typing, and this one's for dark checking, and this one is for surfing.
But yeah, it was crazy. But the Game Awards was pretty crazy. I thought it was slow and boring. I'm gonna be honest with you, like it was the last couple of years.
That's why I didn't watch it.
No, because I was watching it because I was like, oh well, maybe I
fell asleep on last year.
Most of the trailers were like.
So the only reason I watched it was because I was watching it live, not on their channel, but I was watching it live with another person.
Yes, me too.
And I was watching it for him.
Right.
I was watching this guy. His name is Chapter Master Valric.
Got it.
We were waiting to see the reveal of Space Marine 2,
yep.
Which means we waited till practically the very end to see what we wanted to see. And this guy lives in England, so he was up like at 1 a.m. watching this.
Yeah. He was
for me, it was like 6:30 because the States. But it's like we're sitting there watching all this crap. We're all like, we don't care about this. And it's like they're gonna make us wait till the end, aren't they? And we practically had to wait till the end.
Yep. That is true.
Oh my god!
I stopped watching it halfway.
Watching on Twitch? Or?
No, YouTube.
Yeah, I stopped watching it halfway through because I was like, it was boring. I didn't get a chance to see. Did they show any Cyberpunk coverage?
Yeah, they showed some new stuff for Phantom Liberty.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to see that. Cause I was like, I cannot stomach this anymore. So I know that
because I know they probably Fortnite, their new
Fortnite.
Was it Fortnite or was it something else?
What you talking about?
They were They were supposed to be streaming on there.
I don't know if they showed. I think did they show the Apex?
I'm sorry, Apex.
Did they show Apex? I don't remember them showing Apex.
I don't think they did.
Okay.
I don't remember them showing Apex. I know that.
I was curious because I know
that Call of Duty.
I was talking about.
I know that Call of Duty didn't win shooter of the year.
It didn't win multiplayer of the game of the year.
It didn't win multiplayer of the year.
They lost to Splatoon 3, which in all fairness...
Which is what I'm going to say right now. I'm going to keep it real with you. Splatoon 3 is actually pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. It's deserved. It's not... It's deserved.
I mean,
Battlefield ain't up there.
Yeah, no. But that tells you about what gamers really think about Modern Warfare. They'll play it because I think that a lot of people are just trained to play it at this point. Yeah. You know, they've been playing it for so often. So it's like Call of Duty is now like the Mario Brothers of this generation. It's just a staple in gaming. There's a handful of staples in gaming.
It's to the point to where if you're playing a video game and an older relative sees you playing it, whether it's Call of Duty or not, they'll ask you, "Is that Call of Duty?"
Yep.
It's like that. It's like back when you were growing up playing games. Your parents would call everything a Nintendo.
Yep. Everything was Nintendo. Because, no, that's a fact. Because they didn't know what the game was.
I wasn't laughing about that. I was laughing the way when you grow up.
Yeah, no, but he ain't wrong. I'm old. We already know what it is.
Yeah, he's only 25.
No, you can add another 25. Add almost another 25 years to that. You close enough.
You made it seem like back in camp day, Rainbow.
Yeah, but no, he ain't wrong though. It's like, but that's what they would call Nintendo.
See, Cam don't know Mickey Mouse. He know Oswald.
Wow. He didn't wear shoes. He wore sandals.
But it was comedy with that.
How was Rome, man?
I'm
sorry.
But you're not wrong. They were called Nintendo, but now it's like Call of Duty's Call of Duty, which goes into the other part is that, you know, game companies or everybody's putting too much stock value into Call of Duty.
Imagine you were streaming back with Sega Genesis and then
streaming with the Sega Genesis.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. If there was, believe it or not, it was in the PS2 days. You could have done it. Now you have to have had a lot of resources and a lot of know-how because most people didn't know how to do it. But
that's because everything was still going through the growing pains.
But it was super new. But the people who are early adopters, they're the ones who's getting paid right now. They've been doing it for such a long period of time. They're getting paid eons of money for doing it. That's where like all your high volume Twitch streamers, high volume YouTubers. That's what they were doing. They were streaming games and stuff, and they were doing it at such an early time. But people were just forced to watch them because it was like there was nobody else doing it. Nobody had the resources. But back to where I was going with that, Call of Duty is like one of the high stock value games, but they're still trying to put the brakes on this Activision Blizzard deal.
That's right. You talked
because the FTC in the U.S.
What does that stand for?
The Federal Trade Commission.
Okay.
So they're the ones who basically, if there's any type of trades like stock,
they're overseers.
They're like the stock. They're the stock market gatekeepers, more or less. They're like the gatekeepers. Okay. If there's a major merger or a major deal that happens in the U.S., you got to deal with them. They're like the gatekeepers. They said that they are going to put a motion in to block the Activision Blizzard deal on the strength of Microsoft and Call of Duty. Literally off of Call of Duty. Nothing else. Literally because they were like, well, it's a monopoly if they have it and they would own too many of these properties. So it's like, this is really what we're talking about. Is Call of Duty... I mean, I get it. I ain't gonna say Call of Duty's not valuable. I mean, I know Call of Duty's probably one of the top 3 money-making games that's out there.
That would be a blatant lie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that it's not. But would you give this the same energy if this was EA with FIFA 20 or with FIFA series?
No.
You know this.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, they make pretty close money.
Yeah.
They make close money.
There's times where soccer beats Call of Duty.
They make close money. Would you say this if this was Rockstar and Take-Two and this was Grand Theft Auto? Oh yeah, they make close money too.
That'd be talk, but it would not be like this.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be a talk.
Grand Theft Auto would beat them.
They are close. Call of Duty's a little bit better because they get better.
Well, because they come out more consistently. The last Grand Theft Auto came out 2014.
But they're still making god awful.
I would say,
of course.
Ain't the new one coming out?
In a couple of years.
That's that's 2026.
That's that's what Grand Theft Auto 6.
2026, Grand Theft Auto 6. Come on, it's got to be that year.
Yeah.
Now, what brand would this be?
Oh, it'll be on all platforms.
I know that I'm talking about. Would it be like a I hope it's like a Vice City wide type. Or...
They said it's being similar to Vice City.
We'll see as we go on.
That's what the rumors are saying.
It's too early to say.
We don't know enough.
I mean, my thing with Grand Theft Auto is that it's just I don't know how much better you can make a game, because the Grand Theft Auto 5 is considered to be the most complete game made. I'm not saying it's the best game.
Well, think about it, because since they added the online thing,
that's what I'm saying. It's the most complete game made. It's everything that you could think of in video games is all wrapped up in that one.
Because when I played the online Grand Theft Auto, it was like, wow, it was way different than actual playing the Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, because you got your RPG elements, you got your shooting elements, you got your racing elements, you got your flying elements, you got your sports elements, you got your story, you got your multiplayer.
One of the biggest changes for online was you're not playing a character, you are the character.
Yeah,
right.
Which is what drew a lot of people to.
Right. You could cosplay. You could do all kinds. I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff with Grand Theft Auto.
And you could link up with your buddies.
Right. It's the most, like I said, it's the most complete game made.
Now, see, I think they can't build per se, but they can expand.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do.
Oh yeah.
That's the only thing you could do to this game is just put another story out. You can't make the game better. There's no way possible. I cannot personally see how you can make this game better. There's no way you can make it. You can make every other game better, but not Grand Theft Auto. Mm-hmm. The only game that would have a chance I could say that to is Grand Theft Auto and The Sims. Those are only two games I could say today made that you really cannot do it better. You can only just expand your original thought. Now, Call of Duty, on the other hand, is too much stock value in Call of Duty. But apparently it's not enough, because you got England already trying to block it. The U.S., the FTC is trying to block this, which means that I don't know if they're going to make it through.
I'm not a certain, but I'm leaning towards yes. I'm not saying it's a definite yes, because now it's leaning towards more maybe. But I'm still leaning towards yes, primarily because Microsoft has money.
But so when I'm
but this is what you want. You know, one thing I learned. They don't like Microsoft like that. You just kind of learned this the hard way.
So basically, what are they stopping them for? Just for making out another one? I see.
What they're doing is just they don't like them.
Someone there?
I saw it too.
They're doing it because a lot of people don't like Microsoft. A lot really do not like Microsoft
because they do more.
No, it's just they don't like them because Microsoft has a lot of bad history with a lot of with gamers, I guess you could say. Like the Xbox One era was really despised by a lot of people. I wasn't one of them. I don't really rock with Microsoft. I enjoy their I enjoy their console and I enjoy their games, but I'm not a fanboy of anything.
That's a fact.
I'm not a fanboy for anything like that because that's just dumb to me. But it's just one of those things where there's a bias here, and there's a real strong bias for Sony.
Oh yeah, and it's just showing this. It's just showing his face. You could just clearly see that, because if this was any other game and any other setup, I don't think this would be an issue. I mean, would you put up that much of an issue if it was? I don't even think they would put up an issue like this if it was Mario Brothers.
Hell no.
Or Zelda. And guess what? They are equally as valuable.
2K.
2K is not that strong. I mean, 2K
Sports, maybe.
If you took all the 2K Sports combined, maybe. But like I said, 2K Sports is... You can put everything in 2K Sports combined, and it's probably maybe only a fourth of what you get with Grand Theft Auto.
But all in all, the deal has been greatly put in jeopardy.
But yeah, it's just now. See, at first it was like, well, if England stops it, that's one thing. But if the FTC is coming in trying to stop it, I think it's in trouble.
So we'll just have to play the waiting game and see what happens.
I just think it's in trouble. But I think the one point that people fail to realize is that there is still a pending lawsuit in California in regards to Activision and Blizzard. So the only reason why that Microsoft even went in to begin with this deal was because they were trying to get them out of trouble. In which, if they don't do this, Activision Blizzard is in trouble because they have a big pending lawsuit, like a multi-million-dollar lawsuit.
Yeah, isn't this for like the suicides and sexual assault?
That's for all the sexual assault stuff. And keep in mind,
racism.
They still have the same leadership and position. The only reason why nobody said nothing about it because they're under the assumption that Microsoft's going to take them over.
And they used like some scapegoat dude.
Right, and they're intending to fire all the old CEOs and all that stuff. They're going to pay them off.
with the breadbasket, by the way, they're not losing anything.
Yeah, they ain't losing no money, but they're going to pay them off, get them out the way. But let's say Microsoft doesn't get this done. You got the same dude in position, the same leadership in position, the same lawsuit in position, which would cripple Call of Duty. Because again, Call of Duty cannot save them from this.
I remember me and you were talking about this at work, and I made a joke. You know how hilarious it'd be? It's like, say this deal goes off without a hitch, and they just immediately dissolve Activision and Blizzard. That'd be hilarious. Because it's like, well, they got Activision and Blizzard. Not anymore. They no longer exist.
Well, yeah, because they're not going to... Because you don't
obviously they wouldn't do that, but that'd be hilarious.
Because you don't need the Blizzard name to carry it. All you need is the sub teams. You don't need Activision, but you need Treyarch.
You know, it's rebrand.
Right. Who do you think make Call of Duty? Activision is just the distributing people.
Yeah.
It's Treyarch. It's Sledge. It's
Treyarch, Sledge, and Infinity Ward.
Yes, it's those three. So you don't have Activision wouldn't even be associated by Microsoft by name. Because you don't need the name Activision. Because it wouldn't have no Activision. It would be Microsoft's game made by Treyarch or Sledge. Or if you put them together, a combination of them, which they should have been doing a long time ago. Because if you actually took the three thoughts together and actually put together one game and only came out with one game every 2 years, it makes more sense to me. And I think that's what Microsoft is thinking, by the way.
We'll have to see.
But be it as it may, let's go. We went through. I know I have to talk about that because that just happened like last night, so I want to talk about that.